Hello and welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm Brooke-Sidney. I am your manifestation and mindset coach, and I help you reprogram your mind so that you can make miracles manifest and have the life you truly dream of. So today I am talking all about the fact that manifestation is really just personal development. It's really just spiritual development. And so I'm going to get into it. But before I go there, make sure you know that in the comments below, there are options to work with me. If you have a burning question or you know that you're experiencing some sort of resistance to manifesting the things that you want in your life, I have email coaching available as well as one-on-one coaching. And I have two groups. One for everyone called Conscious Creators and one for my queens that were in there really healing things and manifesting new things. So invite you to join me there. But I want to jump right into how manifestation is really about personal or spiritual development. So many of us get into this manifestation journey because of a breakup or because there's something that they want in the external world. I feel like a lot of people, especially in the Neville Goddard Law of Assumption community, there's a lot of people here that got onto the path because they wanted to manifest their SP, the specific person, into their life. Either they wanted to manifest new love or they wanted to manifest a past love back in. But oftentimes, love is the key driver for getting people onto this manifestation journey, this pathway, right? And I love it. I love how God will use anything for your personal elevation and development. So we're getting to it. So many of us have gotten into this path in attempts to get something in the outer world. And what we find as we get onto this path is that it is truly about our inner world. Yes, it's about our inner world. So the first thing that I want you to know about manifestation and this journey as personal development is that it's never about what's on the outside. It's never about the thing that we want. The thing that we want is, in essence, kind of a cookie from God or a thing along our path, or even like how obstacles show up, because obstacles are the way through to something. They are the actual way. They are the opportunity to change. And so when something happens to us on our life path and we decide that we want to change it, manifestation is a tool to help us change it. So it's never truly about that outside thing. It's never about the house that we want, the car that we want, the job that we want, or the man that we want, or the woman that we want, that love that we want. It's honestly not about the outer thing. It's actually about you. So that brings me to my second point, which is it's you versus you. We learn on this manifestation path, especially under law of assumption, but even under law of attraction, that it's really about how you're vibing. That's LOA talk, law of attraction talk, or about your dominant states and dominant belief systems. That's where you are creating or manifesting your life from. We know these principles apply across the board, whether we look at science, psychology, personal development, self-help, quantum physics, psychology, religion, all of these things, all of these truths, all of these spiritual laws, all of these principles are present. You create your world, not the world, your reality by the way that you think, by the way that you believe the world should work, especially for you, right? That's how we create. We create from the inside out. So in Neville Goddard speak, or in law of assumption speak, everyone is you pushed out, meaning everyone that you see through your eyes, your reflection, your point of view, your thoughts, your beliefs. Everyone is you pushed out. In fact, it's really hard for people to come into your environment. I would say darn impossible until you're able to see them in that way. You won't even see it. You won't even see it until you're ready to see it, because it is your perspective that is kind of controlling the lens at which they're able to be seen by you. It's deep. I invite you to meditate and think about that. But the important thing to understand is that it is you versus you. It is your inner world that's creating your outer world. So unless you change your inner world, and by that I mean your thoughts, your belief systems, your dominant states, meaning your dominant way of thinking and being, who you think you are in the world. That is your self-concept. Until you change those things, your world's not going to change. It's going to look exactly the same. And a lot of people encounter that when they're trying to manifest something, especially a person. They end up in the same place, either manifesting the person back in and nothing changes, or they're not able to manifest it because they're too busy. Hear me now. You're too busy focusing on the outer. You're not spending enough time focusing on the inner. And it is from the inner place that you have your power. It is from the inner place that you manifest, and from the inner place that you create. The next thing that I'm going to tell you is the reason why manifestation is like personal development or about spiritual development is that you have to start examining yourself. So years ago, when I went through a big divorce, I was stuck in this place, and I really wanted to understand, how did I get here? How did I heal? And I started even a deeper journey. So even deeper than going to therapy, I hired coaches and so forth, because I really wanted to examine, how did I get here? What thoughts got me here? What was my childhood patterning, my childhood wounding that had me create a relationship that ended up like this, right? That was toxic, abusive, and so forth. And so when you're on this manifestation journey, if you think that you're going to manifest without examining the beliefs and the thoughts that are manifesting your current reality so that you can change it and manifest a new reality, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck. I believe that God uses our desires to help us elevate, for us to learn the next thing that we need to learn, for us to grow, for us to develop. That's why we have these challenges, because we have opportunities to step into more. And so to do that, we have to examine ourselves. We have to reflect on ourselves. Mindfulness actually exposed me to Neville Goddard, because I was already using mindfulness to help me manifest. And by that being awareness, being able to meditate, being able to look at myself from a witness place, be able to step back and create this space between how I'm operating and seeing myself operating. The thoughts are not me. The feelings are not me. Manifestation journey, friends, it requires the exact same thing. You have to be able to step back and examine yourself, examine your beliefs, examine your feelings, examine your thoughts, see what you continuously think. Look at your environment and see what you're currently manifesting. If you want to know what you're thinking about, or you want to know where you are in your dominant state of mind, look around you. Look at what you've manifested. You will then know. So manifestation causes us to do these self-examinations so that we can create our new self-concept, create a new way of thinking, create a new belief system that allows us to manifest that thing and change our outer environment, because we've changed the inner environment. But again, it's about you. It's really about you. The other thing that I think that is really awesome about manifesting and this journey is that, to me, once you get deeper into it, you start learning more about the power of surrender or detachment. I feel like this energy, I'm getting goosebumps, goes by several different things. So in order to really move into the place of having something, or move into the place of manifesting something, we get to the point where we detach or we release it. I feel like, on the spiritual path, I'm going to be honest, when we think about it as so much giving things to God, I find that, it takes you to get to a certain place to kind of believe that, turning it over, letting it go, not resisting. All of these are concepts around detachment and surrender. And in manifestation specifically, one of the ways that you know that your manifestation is coming is by your ability to detach from it and surrender, because you are now in what we call, in Neville Goddard speak, or law of assumption, you are now really in the wish fulfilled. Whatever desire it is that you see for yourself, whatever you're imagining for yourself, you're actually there because you've kind of released it. You have like a knowingness. Check out my video all about how to know when your manifestation is coming, because I talk about this texture, this resonance of knowingness. That is part and parcel to detachment and surrender. When you know something is coming, and when you know that it's inevitable, and when you know that your wish fulfilled is happening, and you're living in the state, you're no longer grasping, you're no longer attached to it. You have surrendered it. You are detached from it. You know that it's working out for you. You know everything is going to work out for you. You know that you are manifesting your highest and best. You know that it's coming. Like, that's when you stop doubting, and you start what I call this knowingness. And that is all in manifestation speak. It is about detaching from the outcome. And that detachment comes when we surrender our highest and best and just know that it is here for us and we are in our wish fulfilled. So I love that manifestation and this journey has taught me another entry point, another angle into surrendering and detaching. It is so powerful because oftentimes when we are going so hard for the manifestation, we have to realize, are we really truly grasping? Are we so attached that the energy that we're giving is one of that we don't have it? We're actually not in that state of fulfilled, or as law of attraction would say, that we are in lack. So our lives are reflecting that we don't have the thing that we want. So we know that when we detach and we surrender it, we're actually now open to the very said thing that we wanted from the beginning, because we're now in harmony with that place. We are in that state of knowing that it is here. We have reached the wish fulfilled, and we're just waiting for the 3D, the reality, the outer world to show up, right? I'll be talking more and more about the power of detachment and surrender. So make sure you're following me and make sure you're subscribed. And the last thing that I love about the manifestation journey, and that I think is really the reason why, God is so present in it for me and for those of us that think of it this way, is that I think that it gives us an opportunity to understand our God-given power, as well as connect with God, the all-knowing, the everything power. Even when we're manifesting something, even when we're looking to have our outer world change, and we've even discovered that we change our outer world by living in our imagination, our God-given imagination, I think is the kingdom within. God has given us the power to co-create. And I believe if we have pure motives, not impure motives, and it is in alignment with our purpose and our service and the reason why God has put us here on the planet, these are our God-given desires that we're trying to manifest. And you can tell when whatever you're desiring is for your highest good and the highest good of others. But we don't control the how. The how is God. The how is God. And whatever that is for you, whatever you call God. For me, it's God, Holy Spirit, but that is the how. So we do our part by knowing what it is, being clear on what it is, creating the story behind it, drawing down from God, the 5D, into our 4D, where we create from our imagination so that we can live in that spirit, live in that dream, live in that wish fulfilled. And then we start architecting and reprogramming our mind with things like affirmations or inner conversations, inner dialogues, and so forth, and scripting, and all of these tools that actually help us create the state of receiving it, to help us line up with our God-given blessings, to help us be able to receive what God is always able to give us. But I love the fact that we don't control the how. That's how you know that you are co-creating with the ultimate, with God Almighty, because we don't know the how. And one of the ways we even can see that, even in the teachings, is called the bridge of events, or the bridge of incidents that Neville Goddard talks about. So often we're doing the work, we've lined up with it, we're affirming, our dominant state is manifesting, but we didn't orchestrate the things behind the curtain. That's what God does. All of a sudden we know, wow, that person came back into our life. They had a revelation. All of a sudden, the things with the job behind the scenes started moving forward. All of a sudden, who knows? Things were cleared from your credit report that enabled you to get the house or the car. All of these things start happening behind the scenes. We're not responsible for doing them. We're responsible for being able to be it, to live in that energy, to live in the wish fulfilled. We do our part, God does the other part. And so I have found sitting in the energy of the presence, sitting here and understanding my role and working it and choosing to do my best to receive God's best. That is the work. That is this manifestation journey. That is developing ourselves. That is stepping into our highest selves. That's overcoming our wounds, our limited thoughts, our beliefs, where we're less than. That is the work. That is the work. That is the journey. That is the gift. So I hope this is resonating with you. If you like the way that I talk about manifestation, God, our journey, and personal development, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts, and I will talk with you soon.